So because we have because we have art at 12:30, we're going to do math and we're going to do history during this time. So you guys don't need to come back at 12. You don't need to come back at 12:45 because you need to be in class at 12:30. It is going to be about an hour class. It's with Feeble Art. I'm going to put the link here so that you guys know to come back at 12:30. Is at 12:30. Okay, make sure you guys are here because it's going to be a super fun lesson. Okay, so I just posted in Google Classroom. It's not going to be our Zoom meeting. It's going to be this one. Okay, as a different password, a different ID. So you're going to click on this link and that's how you're going to go to our Feeble Art. It's at 12:30. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with our math lesson now. Okay, we are on math lesson 16-2. Telling time before and after the hour.
Look at the times. How many minutes after the hour is each time? Let's find out. What time does the first clock show? The first clock shows 1:15. How many minutes after 1 is this time?
15 minutes.
It is 15 minutes after 1. You can also say 1:15. What time does the next clock show? The next clock shows 1:30. How many minutes after 1 is this time? It is 30 minutes after 1. You can also say 1:30. What time does the last clock show? The last clock shows 1:50. It is 50 minutes after 1. You can use the word after to tell each time. Times after the half hour are often read as times before the next hour. Times after the half hour refer to times from 30 to 59 minutes after the hour. What time does the first clock show? The first clock shows 3:30. How many minutes before 4 is this time? It is 30 minutes before 4. What time does the next clock show? The next clock shows 3:45. How many minutes before 4 is this time? It is 15 minutes before 4. You can also say 3:45. What time does the last clock show? The last clock shows 3:50. How many minutes before 4 is this time? It is 10 minutes before 4. You can use the word before to tell each time. You have learned how to tell time using after and before.
All right, go ahead and take out your reteaching. We're going to do reteaching first and then practice. And we're going to do our digital quick check together today as well. Okay. There are different ways to say time before and after the hour. So if it is 6:15, That means it's 15 minutes after 6 or a quarter past 6. So think of like, let me draw this. Think of like a pizza, right? If you want a quarter of the pizza, how many quarters make $1, guys? How many quarters make $1? We just did math. 4. So if 4 quarters makes $1, then you need to cut up this pizza into 4 slices. And when you cut it up into 4 slices, where does it land? It lands on the 3. It lands on the 6. It lands on the 9. And it lands on the 12. Okay. So a quarter past 6, if anyone tells you it's a quarter past 6, that means that the quarter line is right here where the 3 is, which means 15, which means it is 15 minutes after 6 or 6:15. 30 minutes after 6 would be half. If we cut this pizza in half, how many pieces does each person get?
1.
What? Well, yes. How many pieces are there? Sorry, that's what I meant.
2.
2. So then 6 would be that halfway mark. So half past 6 means it's 6:30 because that 6 is where the 30-minute mark is, or 30 minutes after 6. Now, if someone says it's a quarter to 7, that means it's almost 7. It means that there's 15 more minutes until it's 7 o'clock. So if someone says it's a quarter past 7 or quarter to 7, that means that there's 15 minutes left before it turns 7 o'clock. So then 15 minutes before 7 o'clock would be at the 9, and the 9 would be 45 minutes. So that means it's 45 minutes after 6, or it's 15 minutes till it's 7 or a quarter to 7. 25 minutes before 3 or 35 minutes after 2 would mean it's 2:35. Now, I know that telling time can be a little tricky, so we are going to work on these together. Okay, count by 5s to tell the time and then write the time. So right here, we are between 3 and 4. So we always go with the number before because it's not yet the other time. So what is the hour of the time right now?
3:30.
3, very good. And then the longhand, which is the minute hand, is where the 6 is. And minutes wise, that would be 30 minutes. Very good. So the time is 3:30. So it's 30 minutes after what time? So 30 minutes have passed from 3 o'clock, or it's a half past 3. If someone says it's half past 3, then it's half past, that means that it's 3:30. So right now it's 10:24. At 10:30, it's going to be half past what?
10.
Half past 10. Very good. Okay, number 2. What time is it? Okay, it looks like it's in between 8 and 9. You always go with the number before because it's not yet quite 9 o'clock yet. So what time is it?
8:30.
8. And then what is the minute time at?
30. 8:15.
8:15 because it's at the 3. And then for the 3, if you count by 5s, skip count by 5s, we start at 0. This is 0, 0, 5, 10, 15. Okay. So it's 8:15. So it's 15 minutes after 8. It's been 15 minutes since 8 o'clock, or a quarter past 8 because it's that halfway mark. Remember I told you guys about the halfway marks? This is a halfway mark. Or I'm sorry, not a halfway mark, a quarter mark. The time is 6:10. Is the hour hand closer to 6 or 7? Why? So remember how I told you the hour hand slowly moves? So is it going to be closer to 6 or 7 right now? It's 6:10. It's only been 10 minutes so far. So what will it be closer to?
6.
Why would it be closer to 6, guys?
Because it's slower.
Because not much time has passed. It's only been 10 minutes. What about if it was 6:50? What if it was 6:50? Where would that hour hand be? Closer to 6:10 or 6 or 7?
7. 7.
Good, yes. So we are not going to write for that one because we talked about it. I am going to move on to the practice now. I'm going to move on to practice now. Okay, telling time before and after the hour. Write the time or draw the hands to show the time. Then write the time before, after the hour. Okay, so here we already tells us the answer for number 1. 10:45, the hour hand would be in between 10 and 11. And then 45 would be where the 9 is, because remember, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it is 10:45. So it's a quarter to what? It is almost what time? What time will it be after 10:45?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. So it's a quarter to 11 because there's only 15 more minutes till it turns 11 o'clock. Okay, number 2. Here we have the hour hand. It's in between 1 and 2. If it's in between 1 and 2, and you always go with the number before. What is the number before?
1.
1. And
One.
then, it's half past 1. It is half past 1. We know that because it's on the halfway mark. You see how it's on the halfway mark? Now, does anyone remember? If you don't remember, let's skip count. 12 is 0. So what is 1?
5.
2. 10.
15. 20. 25. 30.
30. So
35.
if the minute hand is at the 6, that means it is 30. So what is the time right now?
1:30.
1:30 or
1:30.
half past
2. 1.
past 1. It's past 1. It's not 2 yet, but it's past 1. Okay, next one we've got is Joyce gets up at 10 minutes before 7. Which clock shows this time? So 10 minutes, Joyce gets up at 10 minutes before 7. Sorry. Joyce gets up 10 minutes before 7. So is it 7 o'clock yet?
No.
No, it's before. So what would be 10 minutes before 7 o'clock?
6:50.
6:50. Very good. Which of those? Okay, we know that the minute hand is going to be at the what? Where would the minute hand be? So this is 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So where's the minute hand going to be? At what number on the clock?
At the 10.
At the 10. So the only one that has it at the 10 is which one?
A.
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 Let's make sure that the hour hand is correct. The hour hand is in between 6 and 7. So is A correct?
Yes.
Very good. Write 2 ways to say the time shown. So you could say it is 35 minutes past what?
12.
Very good. And then this other way is a little bit confusing. You would have to know how much more time it is till 1. So let's see. If it's at 35 and then 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Or you could say it's 25 minutes before. What time is it going to be after 12?
1.
Very good. Why is it not 13? I thought 12. I thought 13 comes after 12. Because there's only 12, because
There's only 12
numbers in the clock. You don't go to 13. I mean, technically you could if you were using military time, but for the clock that we're using, like this type of clock, it only goes to 12 and then it starts over. Okay, I'm going to write the answers in the chat for you guys because we're going to move on. Okay, I put the answers in the chat. What we're going to do now is we are going to do our digital quick check together as a class. The reason why we're going to do it together as a class is because I think that this activity is a little more tricky. So let's take it together. And then after this, we're going to look through our history test quiz. Okay, I just assigned it to you guys. We are on 16-2 of your digital quick check. It was just assigned.
Answer each question carefully. After you submit your test, you won't be able to change your answers. What is another way to say the time?
7:20. Would you say it's 20 minutes before 7? So it's before 7. 20 minutes after 7. So it's already 7. 20 minutes before 8 would be 7:40, or 20 minutes after 8.
20 minutes after 7.
20
Very
minutes after
good.
7.
20 minutes after 7.
Very good. For your digital quick check, 20 minutes after 7 would be 7:20. Number 2.
What is another way to say the time? 2:30.
What do you guys think? 2:30. So it's already 2:00 and half the time has gone by. What would be half the time of 2?
2:30.
2:30 is correct. Number 3.
What is another way to say the time?
So right now, let's see. The hour hand is between 12 and 1. So what time is it?
12.
12, and then
12.
you count by fives. 5, 10, 15. So what is the time?
12:15.
Okay, so it's a 12:15, and that we know it's a quarter. Is it a quarter past 12? Quarter to 12, so that means it's not 12 yet. Quarter past 11, which means 11:15, or quarter to 11, which means
Quarter
that
past 12.
quarter past 12.
A. Quarter past
'Cause-
12.
Because a quarter has passed. This would be a quarter, 15 minutes.
What is another way to say the time?
So we have 11:40. Is it 40 minutes before 12? If it's 40 minutes before 12, that means it's 11:20. Is it 40 minutes after 12? That would mean it's 12:40 because it's after 12 o'clock. Is it 20 minutes before 12? So 20 minutes before 12, let's think. 60 minus 20 equals 40. So that would be 11:40. Or is it 20 minutes after 12, which would mean 12:20?
20 minutes before 12.
B. 20 minutes before 12.
We know it's 20 minutes before 12 because if you look at a clock, 60 is also the same as 00. If you do 60 minus 20, that would get you to 40. Or if you just go backwards, 5, 10, 15, 20, you would land on the 40-minute mark, or the 8, or the 8 is.
What is another way to say the time?
So the hour hand is the shorter hand. This is the shorter hand. It's in between 9 and 10. So what time is it?
9.
9. And then the minute hand is where the 3 is. Skip count by fives. 5, 10, 15. So what time is it?
9:15.
9:15. So is it a quarter past 8, which would mean 8:15? A quarter past 9, which would mean 9:15. Is it a quarter to 8? So it's almost 8 o'clock. So it would be 7:45. Or is it a quarter to 9? A quarter to 9 would mean that it is 8:45.
Quarter past 9.
Quarter past 9.
B. Quarter past 9.
Let's see how you guys did. Awesome job. You guys got all of those correct. If you did not finish taking the test, you guys can take your time with that. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. If you have not picked up your Feeble art, make sure you guys do that because it's going to be a super fun lesson today.
I picked it up.
Perfect.
What time is it?
It's at 12:30. Make sure, can you guys all set an alarm right now?
I don't know how to set an alarm and I have
I
nothing.
wonder if you guys can do it. Set alarm 12:30. Yeah. Okay, I think I set it for you guys. So if you click on this link and then open it up, it's set for, I think all you have to do is click set alarm and you press this green button right here. Click set alarm and then it's going to do this. And then once the time goes, then your computer is going to ring. So let me see if I can show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to set an alarm for, it's 10:37. Let's set it for 10:38 so you guys can hear it. So I just set the alarm for 10:38.
Does it come at 10:38?
Yeah, well, this one is going to, because I'm just showing you guys what's going to be like. But you have to have it open like this. You can go to a different screen. So I'm going to go to this screen so I could get ready for our lesson.
Well, I'm going to set alarm for 12:30 p.m.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
So that's what's going to happen. If you guys if you don't have an alarm, if you don't have like an Alexa or a Google or a Siri, or if you don't have any kind of alarm that you know how to use, then you guys can use this clock right here. I set it already for you guys to 12:30. You just have to click set and then it'll ring for you guys as long as your computer is open. If your computer is open, then it'll ring. So just keep your computer on during that time and it'll ring. If you close your computer, it's not going to ring though. So you have to keep your computer open for it to ring. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to review yesterday's reading and then we're going to do our digital quick check. Culture is our way of life. Language. It is what words that people use to communicate. Like right now, I'm using the English language to communicate with you guys our history lesson. Religion, what a person believes in.
I already set the alarm.
Okay, we'll go over that after. Heritage, a person's history and culture continue to go on, not stop, and an instrument is an object used to make music. I will know how culture is passed down.
Lesson 1. Culture is our way of life. What is culture? Culture is the way we live. It includes our food, our music, our language, and our religion. Language is the words people use to communicate. Religion is what a person believes in. We remember our culture when we celebrate holidays and festivals. We might wear traditional clothing and eat special food. Culture is passed down through the generations. It is part of our heritage or history. Children learn about the songs, games, and celebrations their parents enjoyed when they were young. Look around you. You might see people who come from different places. There are many cultures in our community. People celebrate different holidays in our schools and neighborhoods. People work together in communities across the country. Some people organize festivals to celebrate many different cultures at the same time. Other groups help each other learn the languages they speak. Culture brings people together. It continues to teach us about the world we live in. 1. Reading check. Write about what makes your culture special. Think about the language, music, and celebrations. What music we play. Music is an important part of games, festivals, and celebrations. Songs can be fast or slow to make people feel differently. How do you feel when you hear a quick, lively song? You might feel excited and full of energy. Every culture has its own music. Different instruments are used to make different sounds. The Sikh musicians in the picture are playing special instruments. The sound they make is unique to their culture. They learn to play the instruments from their parents. They teach their children to play too. Quest connections. What are some different musical instruments you have seen or heard? 2. Reading check. Look at the picture. Do you have similar instruments in your culture? Tell a partner about instruments you know.
And we already answered these questions yesterday. So if you want to review, you can always watch yesterday's video.
What food we eat. Every culture has its own food. Recipes have been passed down for generations. Children learn to cook meals from their parents and then teach their children. Often grandparents, parents, and children all cook together to prepare for a special holiday.
All right, let's go ahead and we are going to now work on your quiz. Okay, let's go over it together first, and then you guys are going to take it. So it's not up yet. Online lesson quiz. Culture is our way of life. Read each question and choose the best answer. How can people show their culture at a festival? A, they can eat hamburgers and fries. B, they can play video games. C, they can listen to new popular music. D, they can wear traditional clothing. Which one would show your culture?
They can wear traditional clothes.
Traditional clothes.
Very good. That one would be the best answer because traditional clothing is a part of your culture. For example, in Korean culture, we wear something called hanboks. Hanboks. In Japanese culture, they might wear like a kimono. I know in Spanish culture, they have those beautiful like Spanish colorful skirts.
Yeah.
There's lots of different outfits that people wear in their cultures. Number 2, how does sharing culture help people resolve problems? Culture teaches people about the world. People like to celebrate their own culture. Culture separates people around the world. Separating doesn't sound like something you would do to resolve problems. It's easy to speak to people that share your culture. So B, C, and D are all about your own culture. So we're saying we only want our culture. We're only going to celebrate our own culture. I'm only going to talk to people from my own culture. Is that going to help people resolve problems?
No.
So which one is the only one that really like shows that people are coming together and like teaches people about other
Culture teaches people about the world.
yes.
Culture teaches people about the world.
The more you know about someone else's culture, then the more kindness that you can share to them and the more problems you guys can fix because you guys know each other and understand each other. Number 3, what makes up a person's culture? Okay, choose the best answer. Food, religion, language, school, homework, teachers, computers, phones, televisions, riding bikes, kicking balls, and climbing trees. Which one is mostly about culture?
Food, religion, language.
Religion and language is all a part of your culture. You eat special foods in your culture, like maybe you eat tamales in your culture. Maybe you eat tteokguk in your culture. Maybe you eat sushi in your culture. Okay, what is the definition of heritage? Is your heritage your education, your community, your instruments, or your history? I want you guys to think of Heritage Park.
Yeah,
You guys all live next to
Our
Heritage
history.
Park. Very good.
History.
Heritage Park. Do you guys know why it's called Heritage Park?
No.
It's about it teaches you the history of America. Have you guys ever been to Heritage Park? You'll know
I have.
they have
Yes.
all of those beautiful like
Well,
buildings
I
and like they look like shops and stores from a long time ago. So it teaches Heritage Park has a lot of history at that park. Which event shows how recipes are passed down? Anna shows grandma how to make a new cake. If it's a new cake, then that's not passed down. Anna looks online for a recipe and makes dinner. Grandma teaches Anna how to make special food. Anna cooks a ready-made meal in the microwave. Which one is something that
Special food.
Grandma teaches Anna how to make special food? Ooh, it looks like question number 4 is double points. What is the definition of heritage? Our history. So if you get that one right, you get double the amount of points. I'm going to assign it for you guys right now. All right. Oh, I forgot to. Chapter 6, lesson 1. Isn't that crazy? We're already in the last chapter, guys. We're in April. Okay, so I just assigned it for you guys. So remember, you guys do not have class at 12 or 12:45. What time are you guys coming back to class? 12:30.
12:30.
So make sure you guys come back to class at 12:30. Math and history, we just did right now. Now, there are quite a few of you guys who need to stay and get work completed. So do not leave just yet. I'm going to tell you guys who those people are.